This Atheist Sunday School, we're going to talk about the Hebrew children and the fiery furnace. Introduction, you will recall that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were contemporaries of Daniel. They were among the Jewish boys of good breeding and good stock, who had been chosen to study in Babylon to become leaders of the Jewish people while they were captives. They were the ones with Daniel and refused to eat the king's meat and drink, blah, blah, blah. The decree, Nebuchadnezzar had made an image of gold. Daniel 3:1, you will notice the image was 80 cubits high. A cubit is about 1.5 feet, which means the image was approximately 90 feet high. Those who helped make the decree, Daniel 3:2, the princes, the governors, the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, and the sheriffs. This word means to set in order, blah, blah, blah. All the rulers. Of course, you can go to KingJamesBibleOnline.org if you want to find any verses that I may mention. All the rulers of the provinces. These were all the other officers of the kingdoms. These were the men who made the decree, or at least those who enforced it and were present at its reading. The decree was at the sound of the instruments. Daniel 3:5-6. When they heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, all had to fall down and worship the golden image that the king Nebuchadnezzar had set up, and those who would not fall down and worship the golden image would be cast in the fiery furnace. The instruments mentioned here are very interesting. The cornet is a common blowing horn, which makes a deep and hollow sound. It is a very loud horn, and one whose sound is shrill and piercing. Then there was the flute. The harp was a string instrument. The sackbut was much like a harp. The psaltery was a string instrument that was struck much like we string a guitar. Dulcimer was something like a tambourine. It comes from the word symphonia, which means which kinds of music signifies a concert or harmony. The courage. It took courage for them not to bow down. They were away from home, so it would have been much easier to compromise. They were in the minority. Right has always been in the minority because most people are doing it. It is not a sign we should be doing it. They were facing the biggest men in all the kingdom. Their jobs were at stake. They stood together. They were standing, but it was not because God was going to deliver them. Daniel 3:17-18. They felt that God would deliver them, but this was not the reason for their standing. They wanted to do right, even if it did not turn out as they thought it should. They were cast into the furnace that was heated 7 times more than it was meant to be heated, whatever that means. Daniel 3:19. This was as hot as it could be made. 7 is God's complete number. The furnace was at its hottest. They were placed in the fiery furnace with their clothing. Daniel 3:21. Notice even their hats were on. Then they were bound. The enemy did not even want their clothing to remain. The deliverance, Jesus was with them. Daniel 3:24-25. This is very interesting. In the Bible, when Jesus appeared to people, invariably they were standing alone or standing against a position for him. John was exiled at Patmos, and Jesus appeared to him. Paul was stoned outside the city of Lystra, was caught up in the third heaven and saw Jesus. Stephen was being stoned for his strong preaching, and he saw the glory of God and Jesus standing on his right hand. Joshua was about to fight the battle of crossing into the promised land when he saw the unseen captain beside him. So it is with the 3 Hebrew children. Jesus came to them because they were standing for him. They were completely delivered. Daniel 3:30. The scriptures here seems to imply that they were promoted over all the Jews that were in the kingdom. Memory verse, Daniel 3:17. Our God whom we serve is able to deliver us. Well, that's it. And hopefully soon we'll be done with all these little Sunday school lesson thingies. Bye.